Hey everyone, I am back. So I looked at some of the videos I've recorded earlier and I realized they're dreadfully boring. So I'm going to be talking about a topic that's a little bit more interesting this time. I'm going to be talking about soulmate and love. So what is soulmate? So technically a soulmate is defined as another person whom you have the opportunity in this lifetime to have a meaningful relationship, both platonic and romantic. But the popular definition of soulmate is, the person who will complete you, the person who you're meant to, settle down and have a family with. So I'm going to be talking more about the popular definition, that the soulmate of, your opposite sex. Well, I guess in homosexual relationship, then similar sex. But the person whom you're supposed to have a romantic relationship with. So, first of all, there's normally more than one soulmate. For most people, there's more than one person. So if you're still crying over that guy when you're 20 years old that you lost, you might get another one when you're 41. So generally, people have more than one chances. Here's the caveat: you are karmically guaranteed to meet your soulmate. However, what you do with that opportunity, it's your own damn business. So many times, even though the opportunities is guaranteed, people miss their opportunity, and normally they miss their opportunity because of their own prejudice on either party. Common prejudice is, for example, the person is of a different social class, the person is of a different religion, the person is not good looking enough, they don't make enough money, they're of, he's too short, you name it, all kinds of, reasons. And a lot of times at a time, even some of these prejudice can actually seem legitimate. However, if you think about it, ultimately you are responsible for your own happiness, and if you miss out on your soulmate because of your own prejudice, then you have no one else to blame but yourself. That's kind of the part I thought that's too bad. Originally I was thinking if we don't have free will really, then what meant to happen is meant to happen. But no, we have to take responsibility for our action. And I think for most people, I would say, this is just a pure unscientific guess, I would say more than 50% of the people don't actually ultimately end up with his or her soulmate because of these missed opportunity, because of, prejudice. And I have friends who missed out on who I think is his soulmate because the girl is not Hindu and he's Hindu, and he doesn't want to date her because she's not Hindu. And in a way you can say yes, that can create some problem. But then if you think about it, all religions, or at least all major religions, is there one major religion that does not revolve around the golden rule? Is there one religion that's not basically another way of seeing the same elephant, which is being kind to your fellow human being, which is treat others like you would want to be treated yourself? So a lot of these arbitrary stuffs can blind our eyes and allow us to miss our opportunity at a shot of our true love. And as I said earlier, most people get more than one shot, so that's a good chance. But I do think given marriage statistic these days, I do think most people did not end up marrying the person that they meant to marry, and that's quite of a shame. So I guess I can give you this point of advice. If you're oscillating, look at the character of the person. I mean, if it comes down to it, ultimately the longevity of a relationship is the person's character. It doesn't have that much to do with how tall he is or how good looking she is. Even if you marry the most gorgeous looking woman, eventually you will get used to how she look. However, if she has the personality to back it up, if she has the character to back it up, and you can stay in love for a long time, then she will stay beautiful regardless. So a very wise person once said to me, it's so much better to have love and lost than never to have love in the first place. So, again, my advice will be, if you're not sure, be brave, take the brave route. And even if it doesn't work, I don't think you will regret the experience that much. Well, then it comes to a second question. How do you know? Well, you just have to go with your gut feeling. And, earlier when I say be brave, I don't mean date everyone that's chasing you or that you find attractive. A lot of times, beauty can very much be a trap. Go for the character, go for the guy or the girl that you feel most comfortable with. So I have this little trick I like to tell people. So if you're not too sure, invite, I'm a guy, so I'm going to speak on behalf of a guy. Invite a girl over and cook her some nice dinner. However, don't cook the dinner with her. Invite her over and ask her to cook the dinner with you. So this way, you and her will have some opportunity to do things, to collaborate on something. And normally during this collaboration process, you will see the real person coming out. Even though, even if it's a first date, when you're collaborating on an event, you get a much better picture of who this person really is. And during the process, if you actually feel very comfortable, if you actually feel that you can withstand the silence with this person, then that's a good sign. That's a good beginning. If you feel constantly restless and feel like an urge to impress the person, then maybe you should try someone else to see whether there's a better fit. I'm going to tell you another story. Since I'm Chinese, I'm going to tell a Chinese story about love and relationship. So a long time ago in China, and this is prehistoric time, and there's no such thing as currency. So the common currency at the time are water buffalo. So if the economy is on a barter economy, and if a young man wants to get married, his father has to pay the girl's father a bride price to, I guess, buy the bride, sort of speak. So the currency at the time is water buffalo. So normally the price for buying a bride is 10 water buffalo. And there's this young man who come from a very wealthy family, and he want to marry this girl from a very ordinary family. So normally, it will be sufficient to pay 10 cows, for this wife. And if it's someone who's very beautiful or from a prominent family, you might consider paying up to 20 cows. But to everyone's surprise, this young man paid 30 cows for this very ordinary girl. And everybody thought he was nuts. But, he said, I know what I'm doing, and his parents surely had the means to afford it. So he paid 30 cows for this girl, and the whole town was shocked. And everybody said that he overpaid. Well, not too long after he got married, one of his friends went to Beijing to take the imperial exam to become a Mandarin. And he was gone for 2 years for this exam. And by the time he come back, he saw the same ugly duckling. And to his surprise, this girl has become one of the most well-respected, beautiful, modest, and proper girl. And the word on the street is that this young man has the foresight to dig, to dig a diamond out of coal. And, the price of 30 cow that he paid was definitely a right price. So his friend was very amazed. So he went to this young man and said, how did you know back then that this girl was worth 30 cows? You sure have the wise eye of far seeing. And the young man said, no, I don't have the wise eye. What do I know about, what do I know? However, I do know this. I paid 30 cows for this girl. My parents know that they paid 30 cows. The girl knows she paid 30 cows. And everybody, in the town knows that I paid 30 cows for this girl. So I have to treat this girl as if she worth 30 cow. My parents treat her as she worth 30 cows. She treat herself as if she worth that much. And everybody around the town treat her as if she worth that much. And so, because I treat her that way, she became someone that's worthy of 30 cows. So that's the end of the story. Why do I tell this story? Well, in a relationship, a lot of times you get into this positive cycle, this positive feedback. So, I do hope that, you find your soulmate out there. And if you do find her or him, treat her as if she's worth 30 cows. And you might find yourself indeed with, with a girl that worth 30 cows. And if one thing I can tell you about relationships, if one person is not happy in the relationship, the other person cannot be too far away. So happiness of the two people tend to be pretty comparable. So if you want a very happy relationship, treat your partner with, with the kind of dignity that that's worth of 30 water buffalo, and you're gonna get a lot of happiness throughout the process. So, okay, thank you.